Welcome to Stacking the Shelves, Mailbox Monday Showcase Sunday for the weekend of May 31st, or May 30th, I guess. I had a number of books last week, and I got a number of books this week as well. A lot of them were ebooks for review. There seemed to be like a lot of books for review coming out in September, October that I am interested in reading. So I'm just going to start going through them. The first one I got for review is A New Darkness by Joseph Delaney. This comes out September 2nd. And this is the first in the Starblade trilogy. And I've been a big fan of his Last Apprentice series. That one kind of wraps stuff up, but not really. There was a big storyline kind of started right at the end. And this picks up where that story left off. So, you know, they defeated the Fiend, and now Tom Ward has to deal, and Alice have to deal with the next big threat. So I'm excited to read that. Another ebook I got for review, and that was from Ada Weiss. I got that. This is from Ada Weiss for review. Is The Perilous Sea by Sherry Thomas. This is a sequel to The Burning Sky, which is part of the Elemental trilogy. This releases September 16th. I have really been excited to get this book. I really, really love The Burning Sky. And it's a world where people use elemental magic, and it deals with these two characters that are very engaging and fun to read about. They're trying to win back a kingdom and whatever. So I really was excited to get this. This one isn't the final cover, but it's the one they had up on Goodreads. I also got this to review, and this is Fables number 20, Camelot. And this releases July 8th, and they're being very strict about when reviews go up for this. So even though I'll probably read it really soon, they don't want reviews to go up unless it's like the week of release date. So I will be posting that review later. But anyways, this is the Fables 20th novel, trade paperback in the Fables graphic novel series by Bill Willingham. And that's kind of urban fantasy series that I've really enjoyed for quite a while. The next book I got for review, I like the cover and I love the title. And then I read the synopsis and thought, oh, that sounds interesting. So I requested a copy for review, and this is through NetGalley. This is Of Scars and Stardust by Andrea Hanna. This comes out October 8th, and it sounds like it's about a girl who goes back home to try to solve the mystery of her sister's disappearance. And there's a whole bunch of strange circumstances surrounding it. You know, I'll put a link below. You can read the synopsis. The synopsis says it a lot better than I do, but it sounded really cool, and so I'm excited to see what that's all about. The next one I got for review is another ebook from NetGalley, and this is The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prequel Place by Julie Berry. And I'm a big fan of Julie Berry's books. I've read a number of them. They're never anything like super spectacular, but they're always really fun young adult reads that I've really enjoyed. So this is about a house of young ladies who tries to stop this murderer, and it's supposed to be very, very funny. And so since I'm a fan of Julie Berry and it sounded funny, I thought I'd go ahead and request a copy for review. All right, so the other one, I've got some, let me see how many I have the ebooks. Okay, so the last ebook I got for review was again through NetGalley, and this is Stitching Snow by R.C. Lewis. The cover caught my eye right away, and this actually comes out October 14th. It's about Princess Snow, who is trapped on a cold planet away from her home planet because her home planet is in turmoil. So it sounds kind of like a science fiction fairy tale retelling. Right away that brings to mind, like, you know, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, Cinder, Scarlet, all those. I'm hoping that this is a really good like science fiction fairy tale retelling, because I love fairy tale retellings, and it just sounded like a really interesting twist on this. So again, Stitching Snow comes out October 14th, and I'm excited to read that. All right, then I got some paperback copies for review. The first one I got is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. And I know this has been out for a while. I got this through the Amazon Vine program. They have like a leftover section of books. So I went ahead and I got this because it's kind of like an extension of the Wizard of Oz tale. And I mean, the back just sounds hilarious. It's like, there's a new girl from Kansas in Oz. She has a mission. Remove the Tin Woodman's heart. Steal the Scarecrow's brain. Take the lion's courage. And then Dorothy must die. So apparently, Dorothy has turned into a bit of a tyrant. And this girl's mission is to, like, take her out and restore good life in the world of Oz. And it just sounds so crazy that I want to read it. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about it, so hopefully I will enjoy it. But we'll see. The other one I'm very excited to read, because I've loved all of these, is The Jedi Doth Return by Ian Doescher and William Shakespeare. And this is the third and final William Shakespeare retelling of The Jedi Strikes Back, if you can't tell. And there's Yoda in his lovely Shakespearean garb. These have been hilariously funny. And I actually like the second one even better than the first one. So I'm very excited to read this. They're quick, fun reads, and they're done in play style. They have some absolutely wonderfully done drawings throughout. I mean, you know, there's Admiral Akbar. Anyways, very excited to read that. I got that from Quirk Books to review. The last one I got for review, and this was also from Amazon Vine, and this was not a leftover, it's one that comes out later, and I'm trying to remember the date here. I believe it's June 24th. This is Thorn Jack by Katherine Harbor. I've heard really mixed things about this book, that it's really good, that it's really bad. It's got a bit of this paranormal vibe to it, I think. I've read the synopsis a couple times, and it sounds interesting, but it doesn't really stick with me. So supposedly it's about a girl and her father moving to this new town, and there she meets this really handsome boy named Jack Fada, but he's like part of a mysterious race of people or something like that. So it sounded very like kind of gothic, dark type of thing. I don't know. It sounded cool, and I like the cover. I like the title. I got it through Amazon to review. I will go ahead and review it, and we'll see how it goes. On Goodreads, I've read a lot of really negative reviews. On Amazon, I've read a lot of positive reviews. So there tend to be kind of different crowds that review on each of those. So I'm curious to see what I think about this. All right. I did buy 2 novellas this week. The first novella I bought is Just One Night by Gail Forman. I love Just One Day. I enjoyed Just One Year by her. And Just One Night is supposed to finally be the story of when, well, I don't want to give any spoilers away. But anyways, it's the story of the night that happens after Just One Year. So I'm very excited to read this because Just One Year did not give us a lot of closure to that story. And hopefully this will give some better closure. And that just came out this Tuesday. The other one that I did buy is The Kraken King Part 6. I believe this is called The Kraken King and the Crumbling Walls or something. They don't have that on here, but I have been enjoying this. As I've mentioned, I don't really necessarily like this being released in installments. In the future, I'll probably just wait till the whole book comes out, which I believe the whole book is coming out in November. But for now, it's being released in 8 parts, and then it will be released later. This has been a wonderful steampunk story in this great Iron Seas world. It does have some romance in it, and I've really been enjoying it. This came out last Tuesday, and I have not read it yet. I also wanted to buy Part 7, which comes out this Tuesday, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. So anyways, that's Part 6 of The Kraken Key. I swapped one book through paperback swap, and that is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. Again, I don't read a ton of contemporary fiction, but I really loved Anna and the French Kiss. It was such a wonderful story and had a lot of travel in it and just a really wonderful story. This is book 2 in that series, and I believe this is a whole different couple, a whole different girl meet a whole different boy. And it takes place in, I think it must be San Francisco, because there's a little picture of the San Francisco Bridge on there. So I'm excited to read that. I also do want to get Ilsa and the Happily Ever After, which is the 3rd book in the series. But for now, I just have this one. I know there's been a lot of books, but I have 2 more. And I got these both from the library. And I'm really excited about one of them and kind of excited about the other one. The one I'm most excited about is Sparrow Hill Road by Shannon McGuire. Shannon McGuire has written everything she writes I love. And she also wrote some horror books as Mira Grant, and I loved all those too. So she's kind of a writer that when I see something from her, I just get it, because everything she writes is good. And this is a start to a new series called the Sparrow Hill Road series, and it's about a girl named Rose Marshall who was killed in 1950. And the man who killed her to use her death to make himself immortal, basically. And she's been trying to hunt him down. And she's known as a number of famous ghosts. So they said, you know, she's known as the girl in the dyer, the phantom prom date, the girl in the green silk gown. So she's trying to figure this out. And it sounds like this is a series of stories involving her over the years. So I'm really excited to read this. I say that about a lot of books, but I'm excited to read them all. The other one I am kind of excited to read, I'm a little on the fence about this, is the last book of Neptune by Anna Banks, and this is the final book in this, I think it's the final book in the Serena Legacy. I actually thought the last one was the final book because things were pretty well tied up, but this one was announced that it was being released, so I think this is probably the final book unless Anna decides to add another one to the series. I've been enjoying these. I'm not a big fan of like mermaid, siren type books, but this series has actually been really good. It's really well written. And it's got an interesting idea behind like this mythological water kingdom type thing. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of these covers because like they're all like wet and like grabbing each other. And the other one, they were like all wet and kissing. I don't know. I guess they're kind of pretty, but to me I don't know. I just don't like them. So this is the final book in that trilogy. Sorry, I'm talking way too long today. But yeah, so I'll read this. I'll finish it up. I thought the last book tied everything up well, so I was like not like really excited to see there was gonna be a third book, and I was like, what the heck are they gonna talk about in the third book? But we'll see. I like the other one, so hopefully I like this one as well. And that is what I got this week. I know there were a lot of them again. When I sat down to look at all the books I had gotten, especially for review, I was kind of like, ooh, I need to cut back on this some. There's just a lot of books that are coming out in the September-October timeframe that I'm really interested in. So that seems to happen. It seems to be February and September are the 2 months where there's just a ton of books released in series and stuff that I really like to read. So that's it. We are having beautiful weather here in Minnesota. It has been in the low 80s and sunny for the last few days. It actually is a bit of a shock because last week it was like 35 to 40 at night and we were wearing coats, and then all of a sudden over the weekend it was like 86 degrees and humid. So it's been a little bit of, adjustment, but we'll get over it. And I apologize. That was my cat yowling down here. You want to come say hi? Yeah, you always have something to say, don't you? This is my old man. He's 14 years old. And he is very loud. Aren't you? Yeah, I know. You're loud. See, he even said that. All right, that's all I got for you guys this week. I hope you got some great books, and I will talk to you next week. Have fun reading, and I'll see you next week.